Namaste. My name is Ariela and I want to welcome you to Soul Centered. And I am the healer in the afternoon of life and midlife and beyond. I wanted to come on to this video today to talk about something that's really, really important inside a woman's body, and that is her hormones. No matter what you will always go through, unless you have a hysterectomy, you will go through perimenopause and menopause. And the reason why I want to pop on here and talk about this today is because in the afternoon of life, in our midlife and beyond, women are faced with a lot of awakenings. Some people call it challenges. I like to call it awakenings. Why are we faced with these awakenings? Because most of our lives we are told from a very early age that our bodies should fit into a certain size, a certain look, and a certain feel. We are supposed to be a certain way, right? Society tells us this, social media tells us this, our parents may have told this, and where it comes from are generations of beliefs about a woman's body. So this is not just you living your life and dealing with this seemingly this hatred of your body. So this is a lifelong, mid-lifelong experience, and it comes from such a deeper place. Many of us feel separated from our bodies. I've talked a lot about women's bodies. Many of us feel separated. We feel alone in our bodies. We feel too big. We feel like we have to do so many different things to our bodies in order to feel perfect. And then what happens is that when we hit midlife and hormones kick in, I remember waking up and it was as if overnight my body had changed. You know, the hips are rounder, the pounds have been put on, and it feels as if we're walking and experiencing somebody else's body. No longer do we fit into our jeans or our pants or those clothes we wore yesterday. Suddenly, life is different. Why? Because we are in this body that doesn't feel like our own. I always think about hormones as an experience of walking naked down the street, right? When we go through hormones, when we feel out of control, it really is as if you're wearing your emotions on your sleeve, as if you can't hide. It's as if you're so vulnerable that you think that every single person must see right through you. In addition, you know, not feeling like you're owning your body, we are thrown with this idea that as we age, women get fat, ugly, gray, and wrinkled, right? As men age, they get distinguished, they get smart, they have wisdom. And it's such an unfair comparison, and I think that working with midlife women has helped me see that there are so many more things that go into our hormones, and there are so many different ways to see midlife. Number one, seeing your body just as a physical being is going to ruin you and your mood and your relationships, right? When we just see the gained weight, when we just see the puffiness, the bloated, the irritability, all the things that our physical bodies are giving us, then we're not tapping into the layers of healing that are present for us in our midlife. So if we can see past the physical, we're still dealing with the physical, but if we can move past and beyond and inside of the physical, then we can get to the root cause of why we feel so out of control. Typically, we feel out of control in midlife because we blame it on our hormones. If it wasn't for my hormones, I would feel normal. But is that really true? Is that true that if you didn't have hormones running through your body, would you feel quote-unquote normal? Usually not when we're really honest, because what's hiding underneath our hormones are emotions that we have pushed under the rug for years and years. What else is hiding under our hormones are beliefs and things that have been passed down from generation to generation, right? We are not just dealing with the hatred of our own bodies. We are dealing with the women in our families that have always hated their bodies. If you close your eyes, and this is where the spiritual healing comes in, which I always tap into. So this is what makes my work so exciting, because if I just looked at the physical all day, I wouldn't get out of bed, right? But if I look into the spiritual healing of hormones, we can close our eyes together, and you can imagine how your mother felt when she went through perimenopause and hormonal adjustments. And then I want you to imagine how your grandmother felt. And then go back and go into the lineage that you have of all the women in your family that have gone through hormonal upheavals. And just tap into, and if you don't know all of these people in your family, that is perfectly okay. What I've done is create something called a genogram, which is a family tree. Now, it's not just a family tree just to see who my lineage is. I have specifically done, you just have to make a list of the women in your family and ask some of the women in your family to help you fill in the names you don't know, and start piecing together how these women felt about their bodies. Because you know what? That's all inside of you. So when we piece it together and recognize that our beliefs about our hormones and this stage in life and our bodies and the way it looks and the way it feels, when we piece together all these things, we realize that it is not just you that believes that your body is ridiculous and out of control. It is probably your mother and your mother's mother, and maybe it skipped a generation, but maybe it went into your great-grandmother. Think about all those things that have been passed down to you. It is our turn. It is our time as midlife women to take back our power. And part of that means taking back the power within your hormones. This is a powerful time in your life. It is a time of awakening to your truth. It is a time of healing past wounds, healing those old beliefs that have been passed down to you, and saying no, literally saying no to those unconscious and unhealthy beliefs that have been passed down to you that make you feel so bad about yourself. It is a time to treat your body with love and kindness and respect that it deserves. Why? Because your body is a home for your soul. And when we recognize that the universe, the divine, God, whatever you call it, is a living, breathing thing inside of our bodies, then maybe we can see our hormones as a pathway to healing, opening, and awakening. Maybe we can see our hormones as a divine intervention, as if God herself is taking us by the shoulders and saying, it's time. You only have so much time left. Don't waste it hating yourself. Don't waste it. Yes, treat your body kindly. Eat the right foods. Eat those healthy foods. You may need to adjust your eating during this time. You may need to adjust your exercise. You may need to think about ways in which you need to exercise differently. You may need more sleep. You may need those extra hormones. You may need to take hormones. I don't know. Everybody's different. You may need to supplement. You may need to take CBD. Whatever works for you. But first and foremost, recognize that it is not your body attacking you. This time in your life is an opening and awakening for you to gain support, for you to truly love yourself, and for you to enter inside your hormones and ask it, what is the message? How do I heal, and how do I feel empowered? And so my blessing and my prayer for all of us, because I'm right in the middle of it with you. I'm 48 years old, and I am hormonal, and I also feel like I'm walking out there naked along the streets. So our message together is to work together as women, to love and heal ourselves, and to show our next generation how it is supposed to be done. So I hope for you a blessing of awakening and feeling alive in your hormonal perimenopausal body. Namaste, everyone. Shalom.